Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the stage-to-screen alterations from the second act of Wicked that were changed for the better, and the ones that weren't as celebrated throughout all of Oz by longtime fans. Spoilers ahead.
For a while there, I thought you changed.
I have changed.
Number 5. Changed for the better. The politics of Munchkinland. If we follow the yellow brick road back to where it began, the Oz story has always carried a political pulse. The stage show brushes past how iron-fisted Nessa's rule over Munchkinland really is, with Bach briefly explaining she took away most of the already limited rights the Munchkins had.
Perhaps a friendly game of cards once I'm done working?
Whatever you say, Madam Governor.
The movie takes a different approach, with Bach witnessing Munchkins and animals being blocked from traveling without permits. It really brings the whole political climate into sharper focus, with corrupt leaders targeting certain groups as they cling to their power.
And back where I come from, everybody knows that the best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
It also directly ties into the real-world persecution Wicked has always alluded to, something that sadly still feels painfully familiar today.
The concept of a regime clinging to power by way of this cult of personality. And we see an awful lot of how they use propaganda as a tool to do that, and fear-mongering and scapegoating.
Number 5. Controversial. The lion's expanded role. In the stage show, the Cowardly Lion is basically an off-screen presence, other than a tail we see during March of the Witch Hunters.
The lion also has a grievance to repay. If she let him fight his own battles when he was young, he wouldn't be a coward today!
In the film, we not only get to see him, but hear him as well. As Elphaba tries to convince the animals to stay and fight for the Oz they want to live in, he finds enough courage to tell them all that Elphaba's not to be trusted. After all, she did cub-nap him, right?
Tell them what she did to you! How you were just a cub. And she cub-napped you!
As the wizard says, it's all in which label is able to persist. However, that's it for the lion. Maybe after the fanfare over Coleman Domingo's casting, we were expecting more?
And I get to come in with a nice little cameo as the Cowardly Lion, so I'm excited for people to see it.
Number 4. Changed for the better. Making Glinda wonderful. According to composer Stephen Schwartz, the creative team realized for a movie that, at its heart, is supposed to be about Elphaba and Glinda's friendship, the two of them barely spend any real time together.
In the second act of the show, Glinda and Elphaba actually don't meet up again until very late in that second act.
They also figured that adding Glinda to this number would make her way more complicit in the wizard's whole operation, and give her a fuller arc overall.
They call him wonderful.
So I am wonderful.
He is so wonderful. It's part of his name.
For us, it also made sense that an old friend might talk Elphaba around more easily than the wizard, whom she clearly doesn't trust. With Glinda, she has years of history, which gives her more pull, especially when she reminds her of those more wonderful times they once shared. Number 4. Controversial. Lyric changes to wonderful. While Glinda being added was actually kind of wonderful, the new lyrics and that whole intro, not so much.
Take it from a wise old carny. Once folks buy into your blarney.
This song's whole point is the wizard pulling back his emerald curtain and being real with Elphaba for once. We already said that she's not easily swayed, but it's his realness here that almost gets her.
It feels wonderful. They think I'm wonderful. Hey, look who's wonderful. This corn-fed hick.
In the new version, though, it feels more like it's about his smoke and mirrors act and carnival past. Come on, would Elphaba really go for that? Fans weren't happy that some of the lyrics they loved got swapped for weaker ones, which kinda watered down Elphaba's temptation and her main conflict in that moment.
Is one an invader or noble crusader? It's all in which label is able to persist.
Number 3. Changed for the better. The Wicked Witch of the East. There were several changes to this number, from Elphaba's entrance to her prior knowledge of their dad's passing, the slower melody, and some lyric changes.
The moment when I read Glinda's going to be wed to Fiero.
Glinda,
Yes, Nessa, that's right.
A while back, we learned that, unlike in the stage version, Nessa wouldn't gain the ability to walk in the movie, remedying the show's more ableist approach. Instead, we get this really lovely moment where Elphaba helps her sister relive the feeling she had that night at the Ozdust Ballroom.
That night when I felt I was floating on air. I want to feel that again.
What unfolds shifts the focus away from her wheelchair as a so-called limitation and toward her unrequited love for Bach. His transformation is even more shocking than the stage version. It's this generation's winged monkey nightmare fuel for sure.
What have you done to me?
Number 3. Controversial, the new songs. With the film now split into 2 parts, there's more time to delve into what our 2 leads are feeling.
We could go into more depth with the characters at certain points in the story.
For Elphaba, No Place Like Home is her plea to the animals not to leave, while reflecting on her own experiences in Oz. Some fans loved the emotional depth, but others felt it dragged the story and disrupted the pacing.
When you feel it's not worth fighting for, compel yourself, because there's no place like home.
The girl in the bubble is when Glinda finally faces the consequences of her choices. Again, for some, this felt like filler and just a little meh. They also found the timing odd, although that's since been explained by the movie's editor. Both songs are staged and performed beautifully, but we wonder if we'd miss them if they weren't there.
Isn't it high time for her bubble to pop?
Number 2. Changed for the better. The animals get more screen time. One of the best changes in this film is how the animals become more active participants in the story.
It's a very lonely road to have moral courage, and we get to see that in Elphaba, fighting for justice.
On stage, we mostly hear about her mission, but the movie lets us see it. She reunites with Dulcibert, who is among the animals fleeing Oz, and we've already discussed the lion's bigger role. It also raises the emotional stakes by revealing a chamber full of caged animals, where Elphaba finds her former professor, now stripped of speech. It all ties perfectly into her motivation in for good, because we really see what she's fighting for.
She's actually embracing the magic that she has and figuring out how to use that to do good the way she needs to.
By deepening her connections with the animals, the film makes her mission feel more immediate and their suffering far more urgent.
But think how you will grieve for all you leave behind. Oz belongs to you too.
Number 2. Controversial. Losing the transition after I'm Not That Girl reprise. One of the most iconic musical moments in Act 2 of Wicked is that seamless transition from the I'm Not That Girl reprise to As Long As You're Mine.
I'm not that girl.
Glinda's heartbreak, cutting right into Elphaba and Fiero's love story, works beautifully on every level. But the film slows this down, giving the audience more time to sit in Glinda's grief and builds more slowly toward the love duet. The original version underscores Glinda's loss in the most painful way possible. Her dream is ending just as her friend's true happiness is beginning, and the audience is forced to feel both sides intensely and instantaneously. Sadly, we're kinda robbed of that without that immediate transition.
I'm not that girl.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Changed for the better. The ending. From For Good to that final shot, yes, a moment for that please, might just be the strongest part of the movie.
I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Glinda finally gets a clear redemption arc, taking charge and using her new position to truly make good in Oz. We were so happy we could melt when she followed through on Elfie's wish and welcomed all Ozians back into society.
We can't let good be just a word. It has to mean something.
Seeing Dr. Dillamond back in his classroom brought tears to our eyes. The movie keeps the musical's bittersweet ending, but adds a magical final moment, the Grimmerie opening for Glinda. Some believe it's a sign from Elphaba, but we think it opens because Glinda is finally living up to her title, Glinda the Good.
I'd like to try to be Glinda the Good.
Number 1. Controversial. A new take on As Long As You're Mine. Nope, not because of that cardigan. On stage, Elphaba and Fiyero can't keep their hands off each other.
As long as you're mine, I'll wake up my head and make up for lost time.
In the movie, it's a slower development, with Elphaba starting at a distance and the two working their way toward that moment of levitation. The reason is sweet. Elphaba can't believe Fiyero chose her, and after years of guarding herself, she can't let her walls down instantly.
I need help believing you're with me tonight.
Fiyero has to prove she's safe and that it's real. Since the film can't exactly pause every viewing to explain that, these changes were kinda confusing. It's also possible it was edited to fit its PG rating. So, does that mean there's a steamier, uncut version somewhere?
What is it?
For the first time, I feel like it.
What changes were you thrillified by, and which did you find most scandalacious? Let us know in the comments.